I'm going to chain 3 now for the next row. I'm going to turn my work around and I'm going to do my other 2 double crochet for a total of 3 with those chain 3. Now we don't going to do any more decrease in these 2. Only the decrease go in these 2 here, in 3 and 4, that they have 4 single crochet in the top. We're going to make them 3 on the top, and the other 3 stay with 3 on the top. No more decrease, only in these 2. Okay, so this one I'm going to show you. You're going to pull through 3 loops and you're going to count 1, 2 and 3 single crochet, and you're going to continue with 2 double crochet, and you're going to repeat that in the next one, in this one here, and in this one here again. You're going to pull through 4 loops, and the top you're going to do 3 single crochet. The same with this one, and this one stay 3 on the top, just like that one. So after this row I'm going to change color. You don't going to do any more decrease. That's the only row, last row of decrease. They all going to be 3 loops and 3 single crochet on the top for now on, until you have the desired length that you need for the opening of the arm. Okay, so for me I'm going to change color after this one. I'm going to do 1 row of the cream, and then I'm going to continue with the pink. So if you want to change color, you go ahead, depend on the design of color you are making to your cardigan. If you are making a solid color, you don't need to change anything. But if you're making 2 rows of each color, so even in here where you have a decrease, you can be changing color too. So it's that I like the way, this is the way I'm doing mine for the combination of colors, so I don't need to change any color here in this decrease. So in the next row I will change color. I'm going to continue working until I have the desired length for mine. I will let you know how many rows I did for mine and the measurements. I'm going to finish this row with a chain 1. I'm going to cut my yarn. I'm going to pull it through, pull that tight, and you finish your front, one of your front part. This is how it looks, and I love this design. The stitch is amazing. I did from here to here 20 centimeters or 8 row of motifs. After I finished my row here of decrease, I did 1 of the cream, 1 of the pink, 1 of the cream, and 2 of the pink on the top. And it looked fantastic. Look at that. From the top here to the hem, it measured 64 centimeters. So now I'm going to show you how to continue with the 2 missing parts. Now we're going to work on the other side, the front part, now that we still have fresh in our mind what we did on the other side. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motifs, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the number 5 we're going to place our hook. Remember, in this one here there were 4, and in the 5 we did the double crochet. And the other side there we are working from the in out, and here we work from the outside in. We're just doing the reverse. So here I already placed my hook. I'm gonna grab my yarn, I'm gonna do a slip knot, and later I will lose all my tails. I've been losing the tail as I go, that way when I finish my cardigan I don't have that many tails to lose. So I did a slip knot. I'm gonna come here, pass it through, and remember I did a double crochet at the end. Here is a chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3. At the end of the other side here, at the first row of decrease, we did 4 in here, and that's what we're doing again, the reverse. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pass it through and do 1, 2, 3, and 4. You just have to remember that we are doing from the inside out. Inside of the piece, not the right side or the wrong side. It's the inside part of the armhole. So now we have 1, 2 double crochet, and remember we had 2 motifs without any decrease, so there will be these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna do 2 double crochet, and again we're gonna do the other one without the decrease, and then we pull through 5 loops in this one and that one, but we will do the decrease only for double single crochet on the top. Okay, so you're going to continue working exactly what you did on the other side. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just wanted to make sure that you understand what you're doing on this side. So it's exactly the same as this, but the reverse. Here we start from the outside here to the opening of the arm. So in the other side we are starting from the opening of the arm to the front of the piece, the opening of the piece. So it's just the reverse, but exactly the same. You can give it back to the video and look again how I did it and do it again. I don't want to do this part on camera because and then the video will be too long, and I don't want you guys to be watching a very long video then. So you're going to continue doing your decrease in these 2. So I'll meet you here when I'm ready to work on the back part. This is how it looks so far, and I love the way it looks so far. It's amazing. It used a lot of yarn. So far I have used a lot, and a lot more to use, but to me so far what I'm seeing, it works every single strand of yarn that I've been put into this piece. Because we want to work on the back of the piece, and we're going to start from the right side of the piece, and from the right to the left. This is the wrong side here. Okay, this is the right like that. I just fold it. It'll be easier for me to work with. So here you have the single crochet that you work the last double crochet from the front part. You have then 1 single crochet, and in the next one you're going to pass your hook. You're going to leave in between 1 single crochet, between 2 double crochet, but this one and this side all is going to be the chain 3. You're going to do a slip knot, you're going to pass your yarn through, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and now you're going to do 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to do 4 single crochet in the top. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to do 2 double crochet. Now you're going to pass through 5 single crochet, creating 5 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to pass it through. You're going to do 4 single crochet, 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those are the 2 decrease, the 2 first ones and in the 2 last ones. If you did the same amount motif that I did, you will have 5 left on the back without any decrease. 5 in the center, 2 with the decrease, and 2 more with the decrease for a total of 9. So you're going to continue working in these 5 like you've been working till now, doing 5 loops and 5 single crochet on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 loop. Now I'm going to do the 4 single crochet on the top. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2 double crochet. Now we're going to have an extra single crochet in this row that we had to skip. So you're going to do the 4 loop. This is exactly as the first one that we started this row. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You pass it through. You do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now here you have 1 and 2 single crochet. You're going to skip this one and go to this one and do your double crochet. And like that you finish this row. Now you're going to chain 1, turn your work around and do a row of single crochet, and when we get to the next row I'll show you how we're going to continue. I chain 3. Now I'm going to pull through my 1, 2, 3, and 4 loops. Pass it through. Do 1, 2, and 3 single crochet in the top. And now you're going to continue the same in the next one. You're going to do 2 double crochet, and here you're going to pull through your 4 loops and do 3 single crochet in the top. And the next 5, remember they are 5 with 5 single crochet in the top. You're going to pull through your 5 loops, but in the top you're going to do 4 single crochet on those 5. And those will stay like that all the way to the top. And these 2 in the front and 2 at the end will be 3 and 3. 3 loops and 3 single crochet. And then you're going to do the combination of color that you did for the front and the length. I'm going to do mine off camera and I will show you the result. Once you finish that row, that you have exactly the same amount of row as in the back as the 2 front, you're going to chain 3, and we're going to do half, not even half, like a quarter, like a 3/4, I don't know, 3 motif until here. We're going to do that row until here, chain 1 and go back, just creating a little piece here to give a little more length to the back and creating the color in the back. So it will be 3 for each shoulder and 3 for the center. Remember we had 9. So you're going to work 1, 2 and 3 motif, and then when you get to the 2 double crochet, you'll do them 1 or 2, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. And I'm gonna do 1 double crochet, chain 1 and turn back. When I finish that row of single crochet, I'll cut the yarn and I'll go here from the center out, and I will start here and top of that second double crochet. I will do a row of the motif and 1 of the single crochet and cut the yarn. I wanted to mention, when you finish doing those little 2 pieces on each side for the shoulder, when you cut the yarn, leave the tail long enough to sew the shoulder part. Here was what I did. You see, I did that row until this double crochet. I did only 1, chain 1, turn my work around, do single crochet until I get here, cut the yarn and leave the tail long enough for sewing. Once you finish the back, it will be like this, and then you're going to grab the front and you're going to match every stitch with every stitch to the front like that until you get to the end of the back here. Remember, sew very careful and give it a good ending here when you finish, because you don't want your piece to fall apart. These are the weakest part on the piece. Okay, the only part that is sewn. I'm gonna sew this in a zigzag. I'm gonna come here to the tip. I'm gonna pass it through twice to secure this part here. Like that. Now I'm gonna come here and grab this one here and this one here in a zigzag. Like that, I'm gonna continue working, and this is right size up until I get to the end. Here. And the same I'm gonna do to the other side. And it will look like that once you finish. If you like, you can leave it like that, or you can do a color, and that's what I'm gonna do, just a color with single crochet. I did one of the sleeve, and now I'm gonna show you how to do them by working on the other one. Both of them are exactly the same, and it's the same design as we did for the body of the cardigan. The measurement of this sleeve is 47 centimeters or 18.5 inches. And remember, each person have different length for their arms, so you have to work with the length of the arm for the person you're making this cardigan or sweater. I cast on 49 single crochet, so depending on the size of the opening that you left for the arm is the amount of single crochet that you're gonna cast on. But remember, this stitch is multiple of 7. No extra, just multiple of 7. That's why I did 49 for mine. We're gonna start with the sleeve like this. This is the outside of the piece, the right side, and I'm gonna do a slip knot. And I'm gonna pass it through here, this space here. Pass it through. I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna do a single crochet without the tail this time. And I'm gonna do my 49 single crochet all the way around the border at the open space that you left for the sleeve. All the way around you have to do 49 or 56. It depends the size that you're giving to your piece or less. So I'll meet you here when I have my 49 single crochet. Here I'm gonna finish with a slip stitch, the first single crochet. Now we're gonna chain 3, and this chain 3 counts as one of the double crochet that we need for the separation. Remember there are two, but we're going to start with one and finish with one. That way we have the two together. And then if we go directly to do the design of the motif as we've been doing, if we pass it through, it will pull our chain down. In this one, and always the first motif after you do the chain 3, always you have to do you yarn over like this, and then you pass it through, pull, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Really you only work 5 single crochet, but you have 6 loops plus the one that you bringing from the chain 3 because the yarn over that you did there. So you pass it through those 6, and then this count as single crochet number 1. Now you only have to do 4 in total. We're going to start the first row with a decrease. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now yarn over, 2 double crochet, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 loop, pass it through, do a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. So you're going to continue doing this all the way around, and you're going to finish here with a double crochet. You're going to do a slip stitch in the third chain, and that is the first row of the motif, and then you're going to finish with the row of single crochet all the way around. Now I'm going to finish this row with my double crochet. I'm going to count 1, 2, and in the third chain I'm going to do my slip stitch, and like that finish that row. Now I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to grab here and do my first single crochet, and then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 1 and 2. Like that you're going to continue working all the way around, and I'll show you how we're going to finish this row and start the next one. Here I'm going to finish with my single crochet, the slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Let's start the next row. Remember, only in the first one you do yarn over, that way don't pull your chain down. So you're going to do your 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You pass it through, you do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now again you do your 2 double crochet. Like that you're going to continue all the way to row number 10 without any decrease. In row number 11 we will do our first and last decrease, and then after that we continue with that decrease all the way to the end. The combination, the color that you're going to do to your piece depends on the combination of color that you're doing so far to your cardigan or sweater. Mine was 4 row of the gumdrop or pink, 2 of the cream, 1 of the pink, 2 of the cream, 3 of the pink, 2 of the cream, 1 pink, 2 cream, and 3 of the pink plus the little 2 row of single crochet that I did for the cuff. So like that is the way the sleeve look like, the combination of color. So you will do the combination of color that you're working with your cardigan, and remember you have to try the piece on as you work the sleeve, because not everybody has the same length. I don't want you to do exactly the same amount of row that I did, and it's too short or too long for you. You have to measure as you go. So when I get to row number 10 that I finished that row or that motif, because I count them the row for motifs. One of these and a row of single crochet, that's one motif. When I get to number 10, I will show you how to do the decrease. That, and instead of being 4, we'll make them of 3, and that's it until the end. Now I'm gonna do number 11, and we're gonna do a decrease. So I'm gonna chain 3. I'm gonna yarn over and pass it through those 4 single crochet, creating the loops. Now instead of 4 single crochet, we're gonna do 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna do our 2 double crochet, and now again you're gonna pull through those 4 single crochet, creating your 4 loops. And now we're gonna do 3 in the top. Like that, you're gonna continue all the way around until you finish, and you're gonna repeat this row until you have the desired length of the sleeve. But remember, you have to keep changing to the color combination that you're doing your cardigan, or the color combination that you want to do your sleeve. For me, it will be 2 more of these stripes. At the end, when you finish, remember to do a couple of rows of single crochet to finish off the sleeve. And you have to keep track on a piece of paper exactly what you did in the first sleeve. That way you know what to do in the second one. For the color, what I did after I finished the 2 sleeves was 2 rows of single crochet all the way around. And that's what it looked like that. Very easy. So what I'm gonna do is sew this button in here, around there in the corner, and this one on the other side like that. And then I just place these ones on the top. This one I found at Walmart, $1.75 for 2. They're really nice. They look like leather, but they are plastic, but they look really nice. The black ones that I showed in the beginning of the video, they were too big for the opening of the double crochet that I'm going to use as buttonhole. All these ones here, you can use any of these ones here. So I'm going to sew my buttons, and I will put the cardigan or sweater on my mannequin, and I will show you the end result. Well, here is the end result, and I just love this piece. It's amazing how it looks. It's very, very warm, and you can wear it open like this. I'm going to show you the length. It looks gorgeous. I love it. That's the length. And I'm going to show you the back and with the buttons done. Here is with the buttons done, and I love the result. Well, I hope you guys like it and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you made this project or any other project and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.